Okay, so we have here our latest completed gem, and this one is actually available as of today. These typically sell relatively quickly. So if this is something that you see and have an interest in, I would act quick, because the E4s like this, they do not sit around for long, the ones that we build. So I'll give you a quick rundown on this car. This is a 2008, I believe it's an, 2008 model. This car came in from Southern California. Currently has 4,000 miles on the entire car. So the odometer is at I think it's 4,100 or 4,080 or something like that. We took the car in and completely broke this entire car apart. Everything, fenders off, nose off, seats out, all electronics out. The controller was pulled out, charging system, the motor, the shocks, everything was pulled completely apart. It was cleaned up, and everything underneath it was reshot, cleaned up. Everything was blacked out underneath here, and it's just a super clean car now. We shot the car, and this is Mercedes Benz. It's like a milk white color, so it's not bright like Arctic white. It's kind of an off-white color in a way, and it's a Mercedes Benz paint, and we picked it up from Mercedes. Has a Mercedes Benz code. We have touch-up paint that goes with it, of course, but we shot the entire car. So every single thing that you see is shot in the Mercedes white. And then we did the seats in a very nice, this is a marine grade, medium gray finish. And then we did the milk white centers with the milk white piping on the edge, just to kind of tie it all together. You can see how perfectly the upholstery is to the paint. It just matches. I mean, it's like flawless the way it matches. All of our cars receive brand new seat belts, so it has the new low profile seat belts, front and rear. They all get that. All of our cars receive brand new mirrors, so obviously new mirrors inside and out. It has the large 4 panel, I should say, mirror inside. This one has the overhead sound enclosure, brand new Pioneer sound system, and Bluetooth, and it has a little microphone up there, so when you're on the phone, you can answer the phone and just talk, and your voice goes through the microphone, and then the person's voice goes through the sound system of the car. We blacked out the entire upper dash on this one, the column, the steering wheel surround, the steering wheel itself, and we shot the steering wheel center cap in milk white, and then we put a new kind of a chrome Global Electric Motor Gem Car badge in the center there. This is a little bit unique, to be honest with you. This is the first time I've ever done this on a gem car, and I've built probably over 1,000 of them, I would say, since 2002 when I started working on these things. But this car came in, it had the factory hard doors on it. So when the car came in, the doors were on, they were hanging off the side of the car, the doors were all busted and just totally beat to hell. So I didn't even want to try to rebuild them, so we just chucked the doors in the dumpster. And then we left this front hinge. You can see that's what this plate is here. There's really no way to remove that. I mean, you can take the whole top of the car off and pull this out, but then you have this big gaping hole there. So we just painted over it, put these little trim hole pieces in there, and it looks like part of the car. I mean, it's just, you don't even know that it's there. But the tricky part is in the rear from the factory. There's a large slit here, a big hole where the hinge comes out on the back here, and then the door actually gets popped into there with a pin. So the problem is once we remove the door, I went ahead and cut out here, and we put flush mounted LED tail lights in the back here, in addition to the LED tail lights that are down on the lower bumper. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll put a light up here on the top, but this time here we decided to put it right there, and I'll show you how that works. So with the left turn signal on, you'll see how you have upper and lower blinkage, and then the same thing with the right side, upper and lower blinkage. And this is not something that I would totally do on a normal basis. I wouldn't normally just cut and put lights on the side of the car like that, but it was to fill a hole, and it had a purpose, so there was a reason why we did that. They're also hooked up to the running lights, so when the lights are on, it's kind of cool. When you're real far back behind, you can see all 4 of the lights on, which I think is really neat. Obviously our LED rear license plate light and EV Designs plate with a smoke tinted cover. All the body bolts, everything on the thing is new. So new black bolts here, new lock on the trunk back here, new trim across the back window, new trim on the roof line, new trim around all the painted body parts. Everything has new trim, new body bolts here. Or we either paint the body bolts to match or we do new black bolts. It just depends on what part of the car we're doing that in. One thing that I'm a real big stickler on is squeaks and rattles and little, jingles. I like when the cars are real tight and they sound and drive and feel like they're brand new. So that's something that I really try to do on every car that we build. And there's a few little tricks that we do when we're building these cars that we don't even tell our customers, we just do it. But you'll notice on this, when you go to grab on the dash and pull it, it does not make any noise unless you're yanking on the entire dash and trying to pull it. But what we do is we put bolts in here. So we put a screw here, and a screw over there on that far side that secures the dash to the lower dash. And then on the nose, a lot of times these noses, they won't line up straight. They'll squeak and want to come apart. We put a bolt here on the outer side, like a billet bolt, and then obviously brand new latch up here. And we do the same thing on this side. So the nose is, if you go yanking on this thing and trying to pull on it, it's all connected. So it makes the car a lot tighter that way and just a lot smoother when you're driving it. Also, this car got a brand new windshield wiper blade. This particular car has the factory OEM heater. So you flick the switch here, you got the heater with defrost. There's another one down here on the bottom that blows out at your feet, but you turn this towards the windshield. You can see that it goes straight up on the glass for a defrost feature. We hooked up our LED multicolored body lights. So you turn that switch on there, and I think the remote's in here. No, it must be it's in a little bag with all this stuff. But we have an interior LED strip here, another one on the back side here below the back seat. What that does is just lights up the floor real nicely. And then we have two long strips underneath the car that face down towards the ground, just kind of give the whole car a glow. We installed the dual tube 3.0 amp USB charge ports. So these just come on and off with the touch of a button. Very simple. This is all tied in. This particular one is tied in through the ignition switch. So when the key goes off, that goes off. Everything else is tied in through auxiliary power. So the sound system up here is hooked up through this switch, and that turns on the power to the deck. I don't want to let it connect to Bluetooth because it'll shut this video off. But that's how you hook up the stereo. You just literally just turn the button, flick the button, and then your phone connects by Bluetooth. This car we installed brand new chrome 15-inch mods wheels. So these are the big boy 15s, and they fill out the fender well perfectly. They look absolutely beautiful in my opinion. 205/30 15 sport tires, and then we just installed brand new, like literally 2 days ago, brand new Group 31 gel, like sealed maintenance free gel batteries. So 6 brand new batteries that were just installed. And I'm trying to think what else. I mean, this one also has the rear window, obviously, you can see that. It does have a couple little scuffs on them. These things are nearly impossible to keep them perfect. And they don't make new ones, so you kind of have to just clean up the pre-owned ones. And that's about as good as they're going to get. So it is a tinted kind of a window, and it does a really good purpose. We just put a brand new smoke tinted glass moonroof in this one. It had a shattered plexiglass piece, so it was broken across here. Just put a brand new glass piece up there. This one has our EV Designs low profile roof rack, so you could throw some Dakine pads up here and then throw like an SUP board or surfboards up there, whatever you want to do. This one also has the black side step rocker covers. This one has the black mudguard protection, so those are kind of cool to have, so that these bigger tires don't throw mud up in your face when it's wet or junky weather out there. This one also has the front low profile bumper, and we shot the bumper in Line-X, so it's super tough and not going to scratch up or anything like that. Sorry, my camera work's not the best. I'm probably pointing up in the sky. New grill stickers after it was painted, fully blacked out, and cleaned up. charge port cover with a new cord inside. You know, all this is new bolts, new plastic caps to fill the old holes, smoke tinted lenses on the markers. I could just keep going on and on and on with this car, but this thing is literally like better than a brand new car. I mean, it really has been completely gone through, put a lot of time into this car, and it has some really unique features that no other gem car does have, with the rear tail lights like that. The cool thing too is when you hit the brakes, the lower lights, the mid lights, and the upper third light, everything illuminates at once. So you got this big giant bright ball of brake light behind you, which is super safe. The seats do slide forward and back for adjustability. And with the new upholstery in there, they are super, super comfortable. I mean, you see, when we do our seats here at EV Designs, we do not just make a cover and just slip it over like you can buy just like a regular seat covers at, you know, certain stores that'll sell covers for Jeep seats and things like that. These are upholstery covers. So when you see our covers, when they're turned inside out, there's foam, like an inch of foam that's sewn into the padding. So they're very thick and very difficult to slide on, but our upholstery guy, I mean, this is all he does is seats for us, but you can see how thick they are. These are not just like old school seats that have been, you know, new covers put on them. It's all new upholstery with all new foam. Sliders are all cleaned up and lubed, so they slide like they're supposed to. Take this for a quick lap and just show you what I'm talking about, like how good this thing drives. Probably hearing a little bit of the brake sound, and that's because when we have the cars apart like that, we shoot, you know, we black out all around the brake calipers and rotors and all that kind of stuff, and really make the front end nice and clean. And that's just paint that's going to burn off in the first few miles. So, but this car, it rips. It turns amazing. I'm driving this thing with one finger right now because I'm holding the camera, but I'm doing a full U-turn here, lock to lock with one finger. So, very impressive car. So if you have any interest in this one, hit us up and check out our website, elevatedesignsllc.com, or just go on any search engine and look up custom gem cars, and we'll be the first one that comes up usually. This one is ready to go. This is a Generation 2 model with all the modern improvements. Double A-arm front suspension, rear 4-link, disc brakes. These things drive like Cadillacs out on the road.